Hello, welcome to Community Conversations. I'm your host, Doris Ballard, and this program is available on Concord TV's Channel 22, on demand at yourconcordtv.org, and on our YouTube channel, as well as on iTunes as a free podcast. Today, the topic is of a serious nature. It is about the upcoming Relay for Life, the Capital Region Relay for Life, and my guests are, I welcome Josh Crowell, the Event Leadership Team Chair. Hello, Josh. Welcome. And Judy Chalk, you are a survivor, and we're awfully glad to hear it, and welcome on the program.
Thank you.
Now, you both have stories. Obviously, this Relay for Life is, and just so our viewers and our listeners know, there is also a Making Strides that is a walk, but this is different. This is the Relay for Life. And last year you raised $29,000, which goes to support a lot of people that are struggling with the cancer diagnoses and their families in New Hampshire.
Right.
Right. Okay. So let's talk about your story first.
Okay.
You are a volunteer. You've been a volunteer for what, 5 or 6 years?
Yep.
What prompted you, Josh, you're very passionate about this Relay for Life, about what you do here in helping cancer survivors and their families and those who have cancer.
Yep.
So what prompted you?
Well, my grandfather, he passed away with a half a lung left when he passed.
How long ago was that?
It'll be 8 years this year.
Sorry for your loss.
Yep. So that just kept me going. My mother is a skin cancer survivor. And then in 2013, I had one of my aunts passed away with stage 4 lung cancer. And then 19 days later, her sister, stage 4 lung cancer and bone cancer.
Wow. That's a lot of loss in your family in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But so now your motivation was early on with your grandfather.
Right.
But now, ironic how the work you're doing is helping not only your aunts,
Right.
your mother, but others, such as Judy right here.
Yeah.
Judy, you are a cancer survivor,
Yes.
and why don't you tell us a little bit about your story?
I started the relay in 2012 to support my daughters who were walking it for their dad. And unbeknownst to me, I was diagnosed with cancer a couple of weeks later, and I've been doing the relay ever since because it covers all cancers. It's not just one specific, it covers them all.
So it's not just breast cancer, it's
Right.
all cancers.
All cancers.
So what a shock for you. Here you are helping your daughters through what they were going through with their dad, your
Right.
ex-husband, and then shortly after you discover that you have lung cancer.
Right.
And a non-smoker, I may add.
Right.
So, and you had to have surgery, correct?
Yes. They removed part of my lung.
So this happened when?
2012.
2012.
Yep.
Tell us how your life changed when you heard about this diagnosis.
Drastically. You know, will I be around to see my daughters get married? How debilitating was it going to be? Where would I find the money, for all the bills and stuff? Would I have to quit work, go in a nursing home? And I was kind of young to be worrying about that kind of thing, but that's what happens when, they tell you, well, you got cancer and this is what we have to do.
What kind of support did you receive from the Relay for Life? We're going to go into the Capital Region. We're going to go into all of the benefits of where the money goes. But for you personally, what kind of support did you receive, and what did that mean to you?
I was told about getting a one-on-one counselor, which really helped me. My daughters were my caretakers, but you feel like they have enough, and you don't want to really discuss your feelings because it would only bring them down worse. So it was nice to have a one-on-one counselor to help, and she suggested that I get fitted for a wig and set me up with all these programs like There's one where they show you how to put makeup on and, you
To
know.
make you feel better
To make you
about-
feel better
right,
about
sure.
yourself. Yep.
Now, your one-on-one counseling, was it with someone who's experienced, who had cancer, was a survivor? No.
No.
Okay. But they were trained to
Right.
help you, right?
Right. But it was a party that you could tell all your feelings to,
Mhm.
where you might not, a relative or your caretaker.
Right. You don't think about that unless you're experiencing it, where
Right.
you're dealing with a blow yourself, but you
Right.
don't want to have to bring down those.
Right.
It's a
Right.
difficult situation to
Right.
be in, because there's a balance there, right?
Right.
So you can attest to the fact that this Relay for Life, you benefited from it.
I sure did, yep.
Right. And there's the Relay for Life. We'll talk about everything that's happening. It's an overnight
Yeah.
camping
Yes.
experience, and
Yep.
it's happening in June. June 4th.
Yep.
This year, 2016, at NHTI's Concords Community College,
Yep.
where you literally pitch a tent, and it starts at 3 in the afternoon. We will talk about what people can expect,
Mhm.
but you're here. Why? To talk about this. What do you hope that this will?
Well, we
get
hope to
for
get
you?
we hope to get more people involved, because
Mhm.
not everybody knows about Relay and what it is for. So we're looking to get more teams, more participants, and
Mm-hmm.
be able to raise the awareness of everything that we raise the money for.
Let's talk about that. First of all, I want to remind people, for those who are just tuning in, that this is Community Conversations. I'm Doris Ballard, the host, and this is a Concord TV production, and it's a podcast and TV show, and you can see it on demand on yourconcordtv.org. Anyway, so, I mean, your donations, the donations of those who are part of this Relay for Life, really do make a difference. So, and this is things you can find on the website. So
Yep.
it's relayforlife.org/capital region NH,
Yes.
correct? Capital with an A. So let's talk about the Relay for Life. What happens? It's really moving, exciting, and fun, and it ends with hope, a message of hope, correct?
Correct.
Now, you were part of this Relay for Life the year you found out you were diagnosed, correct?
Right.
I would think that took a lot of courage for you, Judy,
Oh, thank you.
to, and we're so glad you're feeling well, and
Thank
you're in
you.
remission right now, and you
Yes.
do have breast cancer as well, correct?
Right. Right.
So you were part of this Relay for Life the year you discovered.
Yes.
What happened that day, and what part of it really, helped you the most?
The luminary lap
Mhm.
that we have is very emotional. We have a gentleman that plays the bagpipes,
Oh,
and everybody has a lit candle, and on one side of the track, there's like a little monument for those that have not won the battle, and we stop there, and it's just very emotional, but it also gives you hope because you're there walking it, and so there is hope that you can do it.
and you're
beat
not
it.
alone. You're with a lot of other
Right.
survivors
Right.
who can
Right.
give you each other some hope and confidence and
Yep.
encouragement.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it starts at 3 in the afternoon. It's at, again, NHTI's Community College on June 4th. There are teams.
Yep.
And you're at the head, you are the chair of the
whole
of the
entire
event leadership team.
Yep.
Let's say I want to have a team.
Okay.
What's the first step?
Go to relayforlife.org
Mm-hmm.
/capital region NH, and then that'll go directly to Concords Relay, and then you select that you want to join, and then you put all your information in. There's absolutely no fee to start. They've waived all of that, and then come up with a team name if you want to do it in memory of somebody, in honor of somebody, and then just start raising money, and then come.
You ask for donations, and then would you fill out a sheet and whatever? So you had how many teams
For last year?
last year?
We had about 20 teams
20
last year.
teams, and it's growing every year, right?
Yes.
Correct. And you raised $29,000, which stays right here in New Hampshire to
Yep.
benefit. The donations truly make a difference.
Yes.
But before we go into that, which is the best part, that's the hopeful part, we'll talk about, so 3 o'clock it starts, and
Yep.
this is open to the teams
Yep.
and the volunteers and the survivors, and there's a relay.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. So talk about how there's a lap survivor's lap, and then a caregiver's lap.
Yeah, we start off with our opening ceremonies. NHTI always welcomes us. They've been having us there for many years. And then we have all of our survivors get up and they do one complete lap. And then the caregivers come in and we open up to the caregiver's lap. And then everybody joins in as one. And then everybody just continues walking for about 18 hours as our whole entire event.
How many people does that involve with 20 teams and volunteers, survivors, and approximately?
About 150,
Yeah.
200.
How many tents are there? Because you're sleeping, you're pitching tents. It's overnight,
Yeah.
right?
Not everybody pitches a tent.
Okay.
There are some people that do go inside and they sleep for a couple of hours
Okay.
while their other teammates are out there walking.
Is there activities during the night, or do
Yep.
you get to sleep at all? Or
I don't sleep.
I would think you wouldn't sleep, really.
I
you
don't.
know.
I don't sleep either.
Right,
No.
right. So the first year, here you are struggling with an initial diagnosis, and you're doing this. What was the first year experience for you? I know the luminaries was
Right.
very moving, and that's at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
But did you meet a lot of other people, and
Yes.
what was that
Yeah.
experience like?
It was nice meeting and talking with people that know what you're going through.
Mhm.
I mean, caretakers try to understand, but it takes someone that's walked in that to know. So it was good knowing, meeting other people, and just staying up all night, being able to stay up all night.
Are your daughters involved as well?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
bet.
Oh, they
And
are.
what was the name of your team?
Pop's Posse.
So that was their dad's
Yes.
posse,
Yeah.
right? So now they're walking for him and for you. And he, by the way, he is a cancer survivor as well.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
well, that's
And he
wonderful.
does walk also.
That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
And the name of your team?
Queens for a Cure.
All right. I love it. I think that's great.
Yep.
You know. And how many are in your team?
Me.
You. I love it. That's great.
Yep.
That's awesome. And so you get sponsors and you walk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just go to other people and they donate towards my team. One of my fundraisers that I do is a womanless beauty pageant. So, and I raised about $800
Wonderful.
in one night.
That's wonderful. All right, my guests today on Community Conversations are Josh Kroll, and he is the Relay for Life Capital Region Event Leadership Team. And my other guest is Judy Chalk. She is the chair of the Survivor Caretaker Dinner, which is happening also, is it happening at that day of the
The
event?
day of the
Okay.
event, yes.
Okay.
At 5
And-
o'clock.
And Judy is a cancer survivor, as is your ex-husband.
Right.
So, all right. Now, how does it all end, the Relay for Life? You wake up in the morning and this is where the hope comes in? This is where you all leave, you've made new friends, or you've bonded with old friends, and you still stay in touch afterwards?
Oh yeah, all year long. Yeah, we all get together in the end and talk about how we've been up all night and how much money we go through and like how much we've raised so far, and then just to try to continue.
Continue that momentum.
Right.
You're both very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that passion comes through during the event
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
in multitude of ways, right? So what are you looking forward to for the dinner this year? Now, you organize this Survivor dinner.
Right.
What do they serve for the dinner?
We usually serve boneless chicken breasts.
Mm.
We try to keep it healthy. There's a couple of kinds of salads. There's rolls, there's dessert, there's drinks. Am I missing anything? No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, $29,000. That's a good amount of money. It stays here in New Hampshire for cancer survivors, their families. Let's talk about where that money goes.
Right.
You mentioned the lodging, the
Yep.
Cancer Society Hope Lodge.
Yes.
Talk about that. That gives a place for folks to go during this whole, what they're going through chemo or whatever. Talk
Right.
about that.
They currently have 32 Hope Lodges throughout nationally. You just need to get a referral from your doctor, and you have to live outside of 40 miles of the Hope Lodge. If you have a long-term chemotherapy that you're going through, you're able to stay at these Hope Lodges for free.
And where is it in New Hampshire?
I don't think they have one in New Hampshire. I think the closest one from Concord would be in Boston.
Okay, so that would be within a 40-mile radius? Yeah,
Yep.
okay. And just $500 could help provide a cancer patient and their caregiver with 5 nights of free lodging at an American Cancer Society Hope Lodge community when their best hope for effective treatment is away from home.
And
I mean-
it is like a home from home. I was able to visit last year.
I mean,
and it's-
$500 is a lot to come up with when you're dealing with hospital bills and et cetera,
Right.
correct? Now, you did not need that,
No.
fortunately.
No.
You were able to be at home and
Right.
still work, correct?
Right.
Right. All right, so $150 could help connect a trained patient navigator to a cancer patient. Trained patient navigator, what does that mean exactly?
That's kind of like the road. So if they need rides to the hospitals or rides to the doctor's appointments, there are volunteers to take their car and drive them to their appointments, because going through chemo, you get really tired and
You don't
and-
want to be
and
behind
down.
a wheel.
No.
Right.
And you've experienced the
Right.
exhaustion, correct?
Right.
So what is it as a survivor, Judy, that kept you hopeful and uplifted? Did this help you at all, the Relay for Life? And
It does, because I know the money's staying here
Mhm.
where I need it,
Okay.
in case it's there. And hopefully my walking, since I've had this cancer, will inspire somebody. I mean, you can do laps. If you can only do 1 lap every hour,
Mhm.
you're still there walking it.
Yep.
So that was hopeful for me. I can be part of it and not worry about having to walk 5 miles.
Good. Now, Finish the Fight. You have this wonderful T-shirt that in the front says "Finish the Fight 2014." What does that mean to you? Finish the fight.
To keep on fighting until there's a cure. And on the
And-
back of my shirt, it says, "I am hope."
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Right. So everybody, do they get a shirt similar to that every year?
The
Yes.
survivors get,
Survivors get
yeah.
that.
a shirt similar to this.
And participants, do they
Yeah,
get
once if they raise the first $100, they
Mhm.
do get a Relay for Life shirt. If they are team captain, the color is just a little bit different.
Mhm.
So that way, when you're out and about, or if you're at the event, they know who to go to if they
Right.
need help while you're there.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, this is Community Conversations, a Concord TV program and a TV and show and podcast. And we're speaking with Josh Crowell and Judy Chalk. They're here to talk about the Relay for Life Capital Region that's happening June 4th and at NHTI Concord Community College. So if you know anyone or you feel compelled to that has had cancer in your family or not, I think all of us know someone,
Right.
a friend, family member, or someone we work with that has had cancer
Mhm.
or suffering with cancer. I hate the word suffer, or dealing with that
Right.
at this time. So if you want to be helpful, who do they call? 1-800-ACS for
23.
American Cancer Society.
Yep. 2345.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll give that number again at the end of the program. And it's relayforlife.org
Yes.
/capital region NH. Okay, so the money, again, support, one-on-one support. How important could that have been to you?
Oh, tremendously. And it's nice to know, through the Relay, I learned that a lot of these things were there that I had no idea. So that's another reason we have a lot of pamphlets that we have. You know, there's one on caregivers, what to do to help the survivor, which I think is important. You know, where you can get wigs or prosthetics if you need them, and all that kind of stuff.
You don't even think about that.
Right.
Prosthetics, wigs, just someone to talk to.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that is, like you said, not a member of the family, because you don't always want to bring the member of family down. They don't want to bring
Right.
you down. So
Right.
it's a delicate
Yeah.
dance, I would think.
And they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's always somebody
can just-
live. It's not a recording.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Rides, we talked about that, so $50 could help provide 5 rides, so people can, if they don't want to be part of this Relay for Life, they can go online and make donations.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So a $50 donation could help give 5 rides to and from treatment for a cancer patient. $35 could help support 3 years of follow-up for one participant enrolled in our cancer prevention study for research. And without that research, and so, I mean, from what I can tell from listening to the news and reading the news, that there have been a lot of advances in research.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So the donations that people make also go to that.
Yes.
And 24-hour information, as you said, via phone, email, online chats for one person, that has got to be amazingly helpful to your daughters,
Right.
because they can feel a little confident that you're getting,
Right.
you know, this is a whole new thing for them too.
And it's good to be able to call up somebody without going to the doctors and say, gee, I found this, should I worry about it, should I not worry about it? And they can tell you, yes, check it out with your doctor, or no, it's probably nothing. So that's good that you can, without
Right, and
having
not
to go to the
wonder,
doctors.
and because stress, you don't need to be stressed out.
Right.
Right.
Enough stress without worrying
Right.
about little things. So what have you learned about the Relay for Life since you've started from the first time?
Actually, everything, because I never knew it existed. And I like the fact that the money stays here in New Hampshire. And Joss was mentioning earlier that some of the leading researchers are here at Dartmouth in New Hampshire, so the money is going there to help.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. So that means a lot to you as a survivor, for sure,
Yes.
and your families, for sure, and as someone who's lost loved ones from cancer.
Yep.
Well, there's a relay rally coming
Yes.
up. Is that open to the public if they want to go find out how they can be involved, or just to
Yep.
get that, feel the momentum?
Yeah.
Tell us when it is, where it is, and what happens.
Well, it's actually next week,
Oh.
January 20, right at NHTI in the bistro. It's a potluck, so just bring something to share with other
All right.
team members. We'll have all kinds of information exactly on how to join up. We'll have online access, so if they are not part of Relay, we can help them become part of Relay there.
So I have to say that if people tune in or listen to this, and it's after January 20th, because we might want to run this again
Yep.
down the road because of the relay race being June 4th,
Right.
Relay for Life, that January 20th might be past,
Yep.
but they can do it for next year. But
Yep.
they can still be involved with the June 4th Relay for
Right.
Life.
Right.
Right. So we want to run this more than one time so people can actually, tune in on demand, or ConcordTV.org, or on our YouTube channel, Concord NH YouTube. All right. Is there anything that we did not talk about? The Relay story is about celebration, remembering, fight back, and hope.
Yeah.
Am I right? Okay,
Yeah.
so celebration is celebrating,
Celebrating those that have survived cancer.
right? And remembering is remembering those that
We have lost.
Have lost.
Right.
And fighting back, of course, that speaks for itself, that you never stop fighting until there is a cure.
Right.
Right.
And hope is why you are both so involved
Right.
with this Relay for Life every single year.
Yes.
What do you get out of it, Josh, besides a feeling really good about what you're doing?
To be able to help somebody that is going through the same thing, like where I've lost family members, I don't want somebody else to go through that same type of situation. And to be able to put a smile on somebody's face that are kind of in the downs, but be able to work together and end the fight.
So people can, I'm sure a lot of people who want to start teams do it in memory, as you
Yep.
said, in memory of a friend or family member. And that's got to make them feel that like doing something.
Right. And I have somebody that has just recently joined Relay last year. They're doing it in honor of one of their teachers.
Oh, that's great. Right, so it's all ages, right?
Yes.
Right. All right, so here's how you can help the Relay for Life NHTI.org/Capital Region NH. Go to the website, check it out,
Yep.
and keep in touch with them on Facebook. Yes,
Yep.
you can connect through Facebook and Twitter through that site.
Yes.
Start a new team. Join an existing team. So if you
Yes.
don't want to start a team, Josh can hook you up with an existing team.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
You can talk to survivors or caregivers and tell them about this. Have them watch the show if you want, or
Yep.
listen to it on our podcast, and or go to the website again, relayforlife.org, Capital Region NH. Serve on a committee.
Yep.
Serve on your event leadership team.
Yes.
Yes. How many people on your team right now?
Um,
Or are you it?
well, my,
Which happens a
my
lot,
personal
right.
Relay for Life team, it is
You're-
just me
you're
right
it.
now.
But the team that organizes this great event on June 4th.
We have 6.
Yeah, about 6.
We have about 6.
Okay.
And we could always use more.
And volunteers, what volunteer opportunities are there? There may be several, correct?
We can have day of volunteers. We need people to set up tables and set up signs. Day at the end of relay, cleaning everything up. And then just throughout the year, getting different things together for relay.
Helping with donations,
Yeah.
knocking on doors,
That's
help.
invaluable.
Right.
Can't do it. It takes a lot of people
Right.
to make it
Right.
successful.
Adults knocking on doors.
Right. Yeah. We don't want kids knocking on doors. All right. So donate online now. More ways to give. You'll find all this on the website, relayforlife.org. Participate in an event. Volunteer to help pass laws to defeat cancer. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a big one. So do you have legislators that are? I'm sure there are legislators who have this cause because so many have lost friends or family.
Right.
So stay in touch with what's happening at our State House and,
Yep.
and federal as well. And this ceremony on June 4th is 18 hours.
Yes, it's 18 hours, and this year we have an overall theme,
What is
and it is the carnival
it?
themed.
The carnival theme. So people can dress in costumes, or they can
Yep.
decorate their
Campsites.
campsites.
One of the fun things that we do is we have themed hours. I know I was one of the first people to sign up for our relay, and I was able to pick a theme. So one of my themed hours is going to be NASCAR in honor of one of my aunts that passed.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, we're out of time. I want to thank you, Judy Chalk,
Thank
for a cancer survivor, and again, our best wishes for you in the
Thank you.
future. And chair of the Survivor Caretaker Dinner for the Relay for Life Capital Region, and Josh Kroll, who is the event leadership of the team chair for the Relay for Life. Thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
And congratulations for the good work that you are doing, and keep it up. And folks, again, relayforlife.org, Capital Region, 1-800-ACS-2345. And with that, I'm Doris Ballard, and I say thank you for tuning in.